Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native. So we're gonna hang out today and do a Ask Me Anything question and answer about full-time camping, outdoor adventures, survival, bushcraft, the dogs, the wife, me, anything. Should be coming here in just a second. So for those on the replay, stay tuned and hopefully somebody will join in and ask questions in the comments and stuff like that. And we'll have a good live show and hang out with you guys. So yeah, thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate it. If you're interested in supporting the channel and you like what I got, obviously everybody knows, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share me out. But also check out my links. I have a Patreon, Teespring, Bonfire, Spreadshirt. They're all in my About page. So go ahead and check out those links for me. And I appreciate you being on the replay. And I finally got someone joining in. Thank you very much for being here. And the star of the show, the wife is here, ready to take her spot and hang out with you guys. We're gonna be having a couple of drinks, smoking a little bit, and just hanging out with you guys, like you guys are hanging out with us at camp.
Sorry for the butt.
I'm sure nobody minds.
And I don't give a shit.
What's going on, Scanner?
Yeah, I'm wearing a tank top. I don't care.
It's whatever. So how you doing today? How's everybody doing? Kind of doing a ask me anything kind of deal. And yeah. Thanks, Squirrel. I appreciate that, bro.
Let's see. I knew there was more.
Yeah, it just automatically kicked off for some reason. You probably lost signal for a second.
Probably.
If you want to keep up on the chat, if it's easier for you.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, just watch the volume, obviously.
What's the volume of yo?
Yeah. So, oh, nice. I'll be cooking here in a little bit. Skinner said he's cooking. But yeah, like I had said before, we've been full-time camping for shit. What is it?
He said we are so much alike. It isn't funny.
Oh, I definitely get it. I noticed that we got a lot of similarities.
Did you see squirrels?
Yeah. I said something to him.
I didn't know.
That's why I said I appreciate that, bro. That's what I was talking to.
Oh.
But yeah, we've been full-time camping for 30, 60, 90 something days. Since April 12th. And there's definitely a difference from full-time camping to, a weekend camp or whatever. It's
Wi-Fi and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right, you are.
Hey, great minds think alike and have similar tastes, apparently. But there's definitely a difference from full-time camping to like a weekend camp or even a week-long trip or through hiking or anything else. Because if you're full-time camping, one of the things you have to consider is you have to have everything that you need with you or easily available. So if you don't have a spot where you can store things, kind of on the closer side, it gets hard when you need to resupply or get things that you don't use on a regular basis. And if you're going to be full-time camping and you're going to be more mobile, you have to consider the fact that it's not like those lightweight hikers, the ultralight hikers. It's not like those. It's more you have to understand that there are things that are going to be heavy, that are going to be like, damn, I really don't want to carry this. But it's a necessity. It's something that you need to maintain that comfort level. So it's like you got to kind of weigh out your comforts and what you need to stay comfortable. Because the wife and I, we're two different people. We are.
Yeah.
If I have a tarp and my hammock, that feels like luxury to me. If I've got a tarp and that's it, I'm still comfortable. But she can't do that. She can't sleep on the ground not more than a night or two.
I try. It's not really me per se. It's I can't get the fuck back up.
Well, gravitational pull and all that.
I mean, suffocation.
Nobody.
And it's a joke, but it's really not. If I lay too far on my back, I will suffocate.
No.
And it's been proved.
But so it's like you have to think about your comfort level. You know, there was times where we've used an air mattress because that's what she prefers. And we invested in the cot because every time we got an air mattress, it would just keep deflating. So we got the cot, and the cot's a little worn out, so that's why I'm working on a project to kind of make a new bed for her. She doesn't know what kind of bed it is or what exactly how I'm doing it, so it's going to be a nice surprise. But I'm still not even sure exactly how I'm going to elevate it. I haven't decided which way I want to do it.
I didn't think we had any more of those left. Oh, those are...
As we've been doing it.
Yeah. And it's often on smoky because we smoke it out during the day. It does help a lot with the flies and all of the other things.
My motion looks so like wrong. I'm grinding. I'm not doing anything dirty. Promise my hand motion looked really wrong though. I just saw it and I was like, that looks wrong.
Oh. You know, I keep having to tell myself to not bend the fuck over.
Nobody cares.
Well, I feel like it's kind of weird.
As long as YouTube doesn't tell me that it's nudity, I don't care.
Look, they tried to say that before when it was
a cream-colored shirt.
Yeah, it was almost like a skin-colored shirt, but
it was textured.
But it was textured, and I had it up pretty far. I didn't like have everything hanging out, not like it is right now.
And YouTube flagged my thumbnail. Oh, nudity. I was like, just because she has more cleavage than most?
You're bad.
Telling the wife.
Tell your wife.
Yeah.
Shit, she'll probably get a kick out of it.
If we're that much alike, she'd probably be like you and be like, yeah, let me see.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what I would say. Yeah? Really? Let me see. Oh, wow. Those are nice. Look at that ass. I am the one who point out women to him. And he just looks at me.
I get
looks at the woman.
I still get surprised sometimes, like when she's like, "Oh, baby, look at that booty." I'm like, "Wait, yours or oh, that's right."
And the reason you don't see Creature or Monster is because Monster's over there in his little pit that he's made himself, and Creature's over here pouting that he's not on the camera. Yes, I always say that. Look at her boobs. Oh, that's a nice rack. Oh, look at that. If only mine were just a little bit smaller. It's usually what I say for cute tops and shit, because...
Yeah, it's always what we say. It's always, man, imagine mine in that. That's what she always says to me. But, Skinner, you guys definitely got to come up and hang out sometime.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to try to get that powwow going. It's going to be kind of shorter notice if I want to do it by my birthday, but...
I wanted to at least do it for your birthday. Because I have your birthday off. I took it off in advance just to make sure I had it off. And then the days after I have off anyways, so... It would kind of work out great.
Yeah, because my birthday's a Friday this year, right?
Yep. Yepers. And he said, for sure. It's going to be a whole lot of boobs. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is no longer Jose Cuervo margarita drink. This is vodka and lemonade.
So, says we got 7 in here. Roll call. We got Skinner hanging out and talking. Does anybody got any questions? Anybody want to know, like, how we do things or what it's like full-time camping?
Anything. This is a anything goes kind of thing. Howdy.
But for those on the replay during this gap, I always like to include just little tidbits or whatever, things that I think of, so that way it stays interesting. I got to say, probably one of the biggest challenges with full-time camping versus short-term camping is the bathroom situation. Because, like, you go out for a weekend or a couple of days. Well, right now we're full-time camping in on private property. It's her aunt's. Well, yeah, her aunt's mom's, but you know, it's her aunt's. It's what we always call it. This is her aunt's place. When we were talking about here, it's what we always called it. But either which way, it's private property, and that's usually. I have another property that was lined up. I just need to figure out transportation first before we can go up there. It was again private property. It was this guy. He's got hunting property and a hunting cabin, and he's on the older side, and he needed some help to just get some stuff fixed up so that way he can maintain his camp, but he can still, you know, to get it done so that way. Well, he had a camp that he needed help working on, and he didn't have a way to get it fixed up because he's too old. So he was looking for someone to help him work on it. In exchange, I got access to the property, and it boiled out to be $450 a year. Like that was, he said it was either $450 a year or $450 worth of work for the year. So that's what that was all about, and that was an option that I hope is still available. I still got to get back in contact with him. I fell out of contact because of the situation. Didn't have transportation to get over there, so I was trying to figure it out, and it took too long, and this, that, and the other. And everybody who's like, oh, yeah, I want to work on this project with you, nobody actually wants to do it. So. Well, I'm not surprised. I very seldomly run across anyone who's bigger than her. And obviously, you know, there's bigger than you, but like in commonality, like just walking around everyday life, very seldomly.
I retracted it only you can see it. I let it up there so he could see it for a second, and then I retracted it.
I was waiting for that question to actually be asked by someone.
You know, I have been. I've been waiting for it for like ever now.
I love how you dropped that though, and it went from 7 to 3.
Jealous is jealous.
Yeah. And that's the only reason why I don't like clickbait with her. Like, I could be probably a couple mil by now if I just focused on her tits throughout my videos and just made sure.
I don't even have to do anything with these bitches.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I like made sure that you were with me whenever I did a video, and make sure that I like filmed you bent over the fire to start a fire, and, like, and I was teaching you,
which is funny because that's kind of how I do it.
I'd have a couple 100,000 by now easily, and be monetized and everything else. But I also have a lot of female fan base that I don't want to make them feel some kind of way that I'm trying to use my wife's sexuality.
And as you said,
I saw it.
Well, honestly, we can work for labor, yes.
I was going to say that's what part of the deal was. Is
we don't have the money to pay for it.
No, it's not that. It's he did have the option to, like I said, work off the $450 a year. It was I didn't have transportation to get up there regularly because it took a 4-wheel drive to get in there. Oh, no, we haven't had the chance to watch your videos yet. After we finished our live last night and closed it out, I was trying to see if I could do something with the video, but I just marked it private for now.
And then I had to distract him so he'd get off of it.
Yeah. I was extremely frustrated.
He was very frustrated. It was getting to him really bad because of what happened, and
I don't know why. The more and more I thought about it, the more it bothered me because it was my mistake. I didn't check him. I didn't check his name. I didn't make sure that it was him behind the camera.
I watched the replay, like it didn't even come up in the replay. Like it
at an hour flat to an hour 2, an hour and 2 minutes. He's right in there.
Oh. Get off! Get. Little crack fighter, little bastard.
Yep. She's bigger. You missed your comment. You took it away too fast because you were checking temps. But
sorry. I don't like to keep stuff up like that. I said it real quick so you could see. That was about it. And yes, I'm bigger. I like a triple.
Yeah, she's a whole nother letter grade up.
And instead of triple E, I'm triple E.
That's what I meant. A whole nother letter grade up. But yeah, trying to find places that are popular, like public. There we go. Couldn't think of the fucking word. Finding places that are public to full-time camp is hard. But here's the thing. Like New York State, the law for the national forests and the state forests and everything else is there is dispersed camping allowed. So the method of camping that we have, we could camp there pretty much indefinitely as long as we didn't stay in one spot for more than, well, each place kind of has its own limits. They have their own time frames. But technically, like, there's places here that if we were to have a hikeable kit with the dogs, we literally start on one trail and just hike and camp all around the state and never leave a park or forest.
Oh, she was a 44F. I went down to a 44 triple D. I'm pretty close. I'm almost 100% sure I'm getting there. Or I have been to at least a single F.
At least once.
At least once. And this is all natural.
Year before last year, you swelled up pretty good there. But well, you said working out for labor. You can probably get a farmer to let you a full-time camp. I've known people who've done that. Things like that, but it's hard to get someone to trust you to do that. Simply because, like, you know, there's liability issues and there's like squatters' rights issues that they have to worry about. If you don't want to leave, technically, it's really hard for them to make you if they don't have something in writing. I don't know. It's just it can be difficult to find the right spot or any spot that you can, but there are places that it is possible. And not that I would ever advocate that anybody ever trespass because it is against the law, but I have utilized abandoned properties, for lack of a better term, properties that are owned that aren't properly posted and they aren't ever observed or checked in on. So it's like there are properties around here that are known for that people go and camp on, and the owners kind of know, but they really don't care. It's like whatever, it happens. They're too busy doing whatever they're doing, or they don't care about the property. And going on, guy. Jeez, that's a hell of a transformation, though. Should be proud. It's a lot of weight to lose. um. Oh yeah, like I was saying, the probably the hardest thing to cope with the full time camping versus short term is the bathroom situation. Because you go out in a state forest, even a rougher campground, things like that don't have porta potties or something set up. There's the common practice of a cat hole, and it's where you dig just a hole, a few inches deep to about a foot, ish, and that's where you do your business. And then you fill it back up and you do that. There's only one problem: if you're camping for a longer term of time, a longer frame of time in one location, you can't dig a hole, 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 dig a hole. Because eventually you're going to hit a hole that you already dug. And that's not something you want to break into after you've already buried it. Trust me. So that's where I explained it last year when we were full-time camping last year. I explained it with the larger latrine trenches, reminiscent of military style. You dig a deeper, bigger hole. And what we did here is I took a sectional log, yay wide, and I took the saw and I cut slabs off of it, and I used it to cross over the hole because it was a decent sized hole that I dug, and it 2-3 feet deep, almost 4, and I had to take the boards that I made and the slabs and put it across the hole so that way the toilet seat that has the garbage bag that goes in it, we don't use the garbage bag. We go in the hole. So the toilet seat sits over that, so it's nice and comfortable, and you can do your business, and you don't have to worry about digging a new hole every single time. And as long as it's maintained properly, that can last a month or more. But as far as challenges, that's definitely got to be one of the biggest. Simply for the fact of trying to reduce your impact. You make one big hole that'll last a long time, or you make 20, 30, 40, 60, 80 freaking tiny little holes, and you just ruined a whole half an acre. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. I could go.
No.
What do you want?
A little bit of vodka.
And?
That's it. I have my soda. And calm your itself down there.
Sorry about that. We have a scrap section of rug. It's like 8 feet long, 2 feet-ish wide. It's actually wider on one end than it is the other. But we use that as the floor pad for her cot because it helps even out the ground easier and makes it more stable. Just trying to drop little tidbits and tips and things. If anybody's got any questions or whatever, if they want to jump up on panel, I'm going to be doing the panel differently. If you want to come up, you got to let me know ahead of time, and then I'll drop the link. Then you can click the link, and then you can come up, and in the background, you got to show me your face and who the fuck you are, because anybody flashes a dick at me again, and I'll find them.
Woo! Well then.
And speak of the devil.
Yeah, speak of them. Get them. Quick.
You're my mod. But somehow I'm still faster.
I was able to repart them all.
It was all the same one.
Yeah, but it all came at once.
Sorry about that. My face while I'm trying to read my texts. Well, not text, notifications. But, see? Speak of the devil.
Make me blue in the Hell's Kitchen.
Who's that?
At Skinner.
I can't make it blue right now. Yeah, I can't even log in on mine on there. And you can't add a new mod.
No.
Okay, throw on a subscription. Make him 740. There you go. She's number 740. But I'll make you blue after this live, after we close it down and all that. I'll go back in and make you a mod. Because you got my trust. You're an awesome dude.
I just posted your link.
Awesome.
I try to do that for everyone I subscribe to when I subscribe to them.
Because you're on their page anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Because I'm already there and, it works out. Nah. I don't think it was smart putting soda in this bottle.
Why?
Because it is almost exploded.
And that's what he said.
Well, I mean, it's happened before.
It's that grit.
Just be careful and don't spill my drink. Listen, Pocahontas. Pocahontas.
Yeah, you can call me Chief Pocahontas.
I mean, probably could, yeah. I would be glad to help y'all.
With what?
Probably with the scammers and shit.
Modding. Yep. Sorry.
Because I don't know. I don't always think about it. I haven't been on YouTube for a while, and now that he's back on YouTube, I have to get back in the groove.
And she didn't do YouTube like that before.
Yeah. He does the YouTube
before me.
I do some.
So she was just a watcher. She didn't even go into lives, and then I started dragging her into it and taught her how to be a mod and showed her how I mod.
He retracted it. I think he just messed up the message.
Yeah. How many times I hit enter too fast?
But I think I might have to go back out and come back in because it's telling me there's only one person in here.
It only says 3 for me. Roll call. Half-hour roll call. Who's hanging out? Who's here? We got Skinner Farms and the wife. Who's the mystery person?
Obviously. I'm here since I'm in the camera.
Well, you're here, but you're also in here.
Oh, yeah.
See, he went to say at Mrs. Native. and it just did the capital A, and it accidentally sent, so I had to fix it.
Oh, you're welcome. Why are you thanking me?
Sharing the link.
Oh, shit. It's no worries. I was already on your page. I subscribe to you, and when I do that, I instantly share. It's kind of just convenient.
Don't mind us if we're being a little spacey. We're having a good day. We're going to enjoy it and hang out with you guys and smoke and drink. And
You know, despite the video yesterday, we had a great anniversary. I'm very happy to have been married to this fool as long as I have.
my ankle's getting a little sore. That ball and chain knocks around a little bit. No, yeah.
I love you too, shithead.
This guy is the Rambo of flies. He won't die, and he's so persistent. I swear, he'll still win. Got one fly. Just one. Normal. Fly, just harassing the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Man. About to see some cough in action.
By the way, this is a rig for dads.
Yeah, as I explained last night, we only smoke weed. This is just wax. It's
I don't
dabs,
smoke
THC.
anything but weed.
And it's legal, so.
Like, I can buy it from the corner store down the way. So,
Well, we're almost at the point that you can buy the real stuff down at the store.
pretty much.
That's still Delta 8. It's the bridge
I
weed.
meant the wax. They have actual wax.
It's still
Like,
Delta 8.
Container of those.
It's still Delta 8. It's Delta 8 wax.
It didn't say Delta 8. It just had the California symbol on the side.
They might be bootlegging it.
Shit, it's a mobile. What do you think?
What's going on, Lieutenant?
Hello. I don't know who that is.
I call him Lieutenant because I keep messing up his last name. It's Imelman. Yeah, Imelman. So I just call him Lieutenant. Lieutenant Dan!
That's all I can think of when you see a lieutenant.
Yeah, it's really all that pops in my head, too.
Hi, Norman. Who's Norman?
I was wondering who Norman is. Because Skinner is Josh.
Yeah. Norman. Haha. Who's Norman?
That might be his first name. Is that your first name, or Norman Immelman? That makes sense. Like that's a name that rhymes. Norman Immelman.
Sounds kind of great. Kind of cool.
So we're doing a hanging out at Camp Live, chatting. Ask us anything. Anything goes. Hanging out. We had like a 20-minute conversation about boobs. So I mean,
it kind of happens when my wife has giant titties.
Excuse me.
And I was lazy and didn't want to put a different shirt on.
Yeah.
Because why?
So, I've been talking a little bit about what it's like full-time camping and what the difference is, versus a weekend camp. Your resources. When it comes to full-time camping, your resources that are nearby are very, 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 very important.
His English isn't that great.
Oh, you're all right.
No worries.
Your resources around you are very important. And not just the woodfall that is around you. If you're going to be doing a full-time camp and you don't want to affect any live standing trees, Try to make sure that you got a old growth, a lot of storm falls and stuff like that, especially storm falls that were dropped while they were alive, not ones that broke and died.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Because that's important. The sun and shade is important to look at, to remember, because depending on where you position, you have to remember that as you go, the sun is going to change and you're going to have a hotter point there. So my biggest concern is water. Now, right now, the creek that I could possibly use to make viable potable water is all the way over there. So I understand. But the creek is too far away to be easily accessed. Like, it's twice the distance to the creek than it is to the house. So having drinkable water and potable water is the biggest issue when it comes to full-time camping. While we're out here, we've been using those the refillable office jugs and stuff like that we can use to get water from the spring. Take a vehicle down, go fill it up, bring it back. The family does water runs up here, so it's like we do have access to water, and it is accessible. But it'd be so much easier if we were next to a creek that was drinkable, or at least accessible. It's the biggest issue when it comes to full-time camping is having the proper resources around. But as long as you can figure something out, as long as there's a way to figure out around it, you can handle it. Like, we've been doing fine. We use the tarps to collect rainwater, and
great.
Yeah, and like, I've got buckets that are overfilling all the time. I need more buckets.
We don't have enough buckets for the water we have.
Yeah, it'll last what? 16 gallons of water will actually last us 2 weeks because we can use rainwater. And that's how much rainwater we've been getting recently, so we've been getting lucky right now.
And we drink water. Boys drink water.
Oh, yeah. The boys always have fresh, clean water.
Cooking, cleaning.
Having to splash down the fire so that way it cools down.
That part. And, bathing.
So it's like we use water all the time, but it's that we're lucky enough that the rainfall around here has been enough to supplement. So that's something you got to think about when you're full-time camping, is using the tarps not just as shelter, but to consolidate the rainfall into one point to collect it. And over the next little while, when we're redoing stuff, I'll be doing videos explaining about why I set up a tarp a certain way and where I have it and where the water is going to drink and what I use to collect the water. So that'll be some ideas coming up. So if anybody has any questions for us, like I said, it's an Ask Me Anything. Any questions about what we do, what solutions we have, or what's going on, anything really. Sorry, I'm whipping my ponytail around to get to fly off my back. He keeps landing on him. And it's not even like he bites. It's just annoying. What's the matter? You want more?
I'm just bored, I guess.
Yeah, we got 6 people hanging out. Do a roll call. Who's hanging out? Is anybody interested in coming up on panel? To anyone that's interested, I started going back on Instagram again. It's the same name, The Modern Native, underscores in between the words. You'll see my logo on my. Get them?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's still the other one there.
Yeah. Damn it. I almost had them. But I'm back on Instagram, so I'll be doing updates and posts and stuff like that that I don't include on YouTube. For those that are interested. Plus, when there's activity on there, you know I'm going to be doing something on YouTube coming up very shortly. Or I had just done something on YouTube. So what do you think is the hardest thing for you with full-time camping?
Being comfortable. That is my biggest issue. I work a lot. I do a lot at work, and it's stressful. And sometimes having a comfy spot to sleep in would be nice, or at least a comfier bed to sleep in on a regular. Having the cot after a while, it does kind of weigh.
Which is why I'm making my surprise for you to
Yes.
make it more comfortable.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a lot of sewing, so it's a long process, and I'll be including you guys in that soon. I'm almost done. I just need to make the actual, like I said, the way to make it elevated. So besides sleeping, what's
Actually having a better camp shower, having a more efficient camp shower, or at least getting one of those that you can just stick in a bucket and use. It has the shower head
the
type.
pump thing?
Yeah. That would actually be a lot easier. It's a lot easier to carry around. All you'd have to do is stick it in any water, and bam, you have a water source to take a shower, wash your hair properly.
That'd make it easier to do dishes too. So see, yeah. It's those little things, those tiny little devices that you're like, oh, that's nifty. But you'd be surprised how much that would actually elevate your quality of life. We've got a list that we're building of little things like that we want to invest in to make things more comfortable. So those things you got to keep in mind. It's the 5 gallon shower, the camp shower, the fucking, it's the plastic bladder with the black side that heats up the solar shower. You know, that's nifty. Rolls up nice. It's nice and compact. Stows away nice. I can just crumple it into my bag and it's done. But just because it's the easiest and cheapest solution doesn't mean it's the most viable. That's why we like the thing she was just talking about. That's why we're looking into that shower head thing, because it would be much nicer and much easier. And you could just wrap a filter around the thing and drop it in a rain bucket, and there you go. So, anything else?
Being able to have a cool down spot. A really nice, awesome laid out, cool down spot. If you have the heat like you have here, having the tarp down too low, you're going to suffocate. You're not going to have enough heat, the air source. Honestly, having a little portable fan does come in handy. Also, the one we have is also a lantern, so it does double as something. It is very messed up right now and has been melted in the fire. So, doubles as a lantern, and it's a powerful fan.
And it has a hook to hang it in, so I can hang it up on something.
And it's honestly so perfect.
And like you can see, it's the size of my hand.
And it's bright. It's nice LEDs and everything else.
What's going on, zombie prepper? Night, Lieutenant. That might be a lieutenant, actually. If he's from a foreign country, that might be lieutenant, not lieutenant. Huh. Wonder. Well, how's it going, Prepper? Zombie. We're doing a Q&A about our full-time camping. April, almost 3 full months full-time camping. And, this is after being, well, technically, you can almost say we've been full-time camping since we were camping last year, because even at the cabin, it was pretty much camping. I was still fetching water out of a creek. I was still getting wood for the fire.
Yeah.
I was butchering deer for food.
Giant fucking... Yeah, it's pretty warm here today.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty toasty here today.
We got plenty of shade and a nice breeze, so it's actually one of the nicer days we've had in this past week.
Earlier this morning was hot.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we're talking about our full-time camping experience and answering questions. It's Ask Me Anything, Anything Goes. And hey, finally, some live action where people get to see that he has free roam to walk on his line.
He has more roam than we do.
Yeah, because we don't want to get out of the tent because freaking bugs and sun.
And he loves to be under here. He'd rather be under here or in the sun.
Yeah, we got to kick him outside so that way he goes and gets some fresh air. And no, we're full-time camping. We don't have the cabin anymore.
I haven't had it for a while. And hello, Vanessa.
Hiya, Kitty. I got to call her Kitty. I do. I called her Kitty since the beginning. I know. But I've called her Kitty since the beginning. That's what I've always called her. It reminds me of my foster sister, Kitty. She was awesome. She was my big little sister because she was older than me, but she was immature and tiny. So she was my big little sister. Or my little big sister. Can never decide which way that's supposed to go. You see, her last name is indeed Kitty.
I know. What did Mom do?
And come on, what other opportunities do you have to legitimately say, hello, Kitty?
I do like that, yeah, because I love Hello Kitty.
Exactly. So how you guys doing? I don't know if you were here a second ago, but like I was explaining to Zombie and anybody else hanging out says we got 6. We're doing a live Q&A, open, ask me anything, hang out at camp. We're hanging out, having some, we're smoking, having some drinks, chatting.
I'm messing with the dog.
Yeah, she's messing with the boy.
With one of the boys.
Yeah, one of the boys.
They're the ones over there in the
comatose
pit he created himself, and it's kind of breezy now, so he's pretty comatose.
Yeah. He likes to chase the bugs around and try to eat them. So when the bugs are gone, he just digs his little dirt pit and likes to hang out in it. He's got spots where he can lay in the grass and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty of spots where he can lay more comfortable, but
he wants his dirt pit.
He wants his pit. And this goofy creature.
He just wants to be underneath us.
And this is what we mean by he can get anywhere. Like, this is all the way over here where we sleep. The creature gets in the same bed as me, gets in a hammock.
Universe. Thank you. Named
Yes.
the cat Kitty, so the vet office calls Kitty Kitty. I'd have done it. I think you told us that story before. Yeah. Yeah, she told us at the cabin, remember? Her last name is Kitty, and she named a cat Kitty. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I got it.
I was getting that.
You know what's funny? That didn't start happening until I started talking shit about a specific person. And that's happened every single time I've talked shit about that person.
Every time.
I get bombarded.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you that was his tiny dick on the screen last night.
Probably.
Fucking piece of shit. I got bot bombed last night. Well, actually, it wasn't even a bot. It was a troll. Somebody faked Johnny Smallpepper's name and copied his stuff and joined on my stream. And
you're covering me.
I trust Johnny, and I didn't think nothing of it. I saw his name. I was like, oh, cool. Click. And yeah. So.
Wait. You're so weird. Such a big weirdo. Big goofy weirdo. He's gotten so much bigger.
Yeah, I hate it, zombie. And so far, it's been happening every time I talk about someone, and then it's like a stint at it. But I mean, I do have some paranoia, so I mean, that could be that. But just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Yep, not surprised. I think Big Matt even told me that that's happened to him before. Somebody copied his name. Yep, pretty much.
That's
what he's doing. He's doing the you can't touch me. You can't touch me. Look at this fool. Look at this fool.
Did you realize what Dad was doing? Spit it out.
Hey.
You're gonna choke.
Yeah, there you go. Rat.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hi.
Thank you, Universe. Appreciate that. Subscribing. I want to go camping someday.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I can't do that on here, Kitty, because on StreamYard, I'm on my phone. And using StreamYard, I can't go to the YouTube app without this messing up. So I've got to see them behind in the basement. I've got to see them, and unless actually I can't even do that unless I have a second phone and I'm on StreamYard and then I click on their name because he wasn't even in the chat. Johnny Smallpepper had commented, and then the fake Johnny Smallpepper popped into the basement, so there wasn't a way for me to check him. You know, I have his email. I should have seen it. I just clicked it too fast. It was as I was clicking it, I noticed that the email didn't match. Yeah. And then it pulls down the screen, puts him up, and then I've got to go through the whole process again to boot him. Oh, nice. No, I would need something with service, so I would need another phone.
Which, once you get your new phone, you'll have that phone to use as a
phone. And with the new phone, I might actually be able to multitask the window.
Yeah, we already figured that out.
Or I can Wi-Fi it and use this one.
Yeah, that's one.
They're a hotspot it.
All you do is charge the laptop and I can do that.
But that's like the other thing when it comes to full-time camping is... Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, the camera was blocked, and then as he came up on screen, it was looking at a door, and then he walks into the bathroom, and then he looks down, looks at his junk, and then walks up to the counter. And by the time I realized what was going on and realized who it was, I was trying to go back in and get rid of him, but it was already on my live, and I had to lock the whole thing as private.
Yeah, Vanessa. Tablets can give you internet.
Oh, yeah, but that's a whole nother service plan. So it's like that's it's all in the time of getting to the upgrades. When I actually start making enough money from YouTube, I can upgrade things. That's the whole thing. The only reason I'm upgrading my phone right now is because I need a phone. My phone is screwing up in general, not just YouTube. So I need a new phone. But anything that is YouTube related, I need to be making money from YouTube to make that improvement. And right now it's $16 a month. So
you really need here.
oh. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. And honestly, Zombie, I was thinking about it. Depending on how long it is, I'm going to screen record on her phone all the way up until just before he joins, and then I will upload that as a video. That's my best guess is the best way to do it is call it a live re-upload, and after I upload that as an individual movie itself, I can delete the original live and get rid of that off my YouTube altogether. Because it's still private, but I don't know if they are still going to look at that, because at any point in time I can mark it as public, and there it is. Oh, jeez. But so far, that's the only solution I've seen to be able to that I can think of, like on phones, because that's the only options we have right now. That's the only way I figured out that could possibly work. Because she has the iPhone with the screen record. If I marked it unlisted, sent her the link, and she were to watch it on screen record, she could get the whole part of the video I want to save and then upload it through her browser onto my account, yada yada. So, Zombie, actually, you're an outdoor YouTuber, so I actually want to throw an idea out at you. I was considering doing a collaborative network, calling it like the Great Outdoors Collaborative or something. And it would be one of those things. There's a process I can do to set up to where anybody can upload onto a channel. And so I can send that link and post that link and share that with all of you guys, so we can all collectively share our experiences and videos onto this channel, and maybe get a huge following onto that channel, and then we can use that to branch off onto our individual channels. So like each video on that channel has our information on it and everything else. So as people are checking it out, they can go and see the individual YouTuber that they're watching at that time. I thought that'd be a good idea. Dink over stink. Nice dinker, you dink. How you doing? So that's something I've been thinking about setting up and seeing like what people want to do. Because if we've got like 20, 30, 40, 50 people just kind of like posting videos onto there, that'll build really fast because everybody's doing something every day. So that'll help everybody build really fast and get all of us to monetization faster. Oh. Oh. Sorry, had to pop my back.
You want to select the baby?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. So, now that we got a nice little collection going on, I'm doing a Q&A, ask us anything, because we've been full-time camping for almost 3 months, plus, you know, pretty much for the last year or so, we've been pretty much full-time camping the whole time, because even at the cabin, it was still pretty much camping. So, you know, if anybody has any questions, anything that they wonder about, like how we did things, how we do things, things like that, this is an opportunity. Anything you guys want to talk about, ask about, shoot. And this Scooby's going to light a doobie. Although I need a scrap. Stem poked a hole.
Careful, my drink. You make me yank on my hair. Yeah.
Oh, she's fucking.
Yeah, we're in a safe area. This is my family's property.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are bears. There are.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
bobcats.
we're hunters, so.
But I got the shotgun. I got the bow.
Got lots of swords, lots of knives. Yeah. Lots of hatchets, lots of other things.
I've always got something. And this is, you know, not a machete. This is sword.
And for the most part, Vanessa, like, they don't really come to us. They'll come, like, somewhat close, but they won't actually come all the way.
Ooh.
They smell the dogs and...
The deer and the turkey get close.
Yeah, they're the ones that get the closest. We have this buck that's pretty loud asshole.
What?
A pretty loud asshole. He's always snorting.
Oh yeah, that buck that likes to pop around.
Yeah.
So I need to cut the squeaking out.
That's fine. My cot squeaks. It's old and it's used.
And abused.
And abused, yes. Kind of like that doobie.
I wish, what's his name? The goddamn bacon. I wish the goddamn bacon was here to see this. It's a doobie with a Band-Aid.
Vanessa said we had a moose family in town last month. They were swimming in the low lakes. And zombie.
Alrighty, zombie.
Come on back.
I was gonna say we'll be here. We're gonna be hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll probably hang out until after lunch is done.
So we got a different group of people hanging out right now than I did the other night. So I'm gonna do a little reminder about what my video was the other night. If you want to go check it out, I did a huge update video on my merchandise stores and my Patreon page. I made huge improvements on my selection of merchandise. I've got a lot more stuff on, especially my bonfire. And on my Patreon, every tier gets some merchandise because a stem poked a hole in the doobie.
Yeah.
But each tier on my Patreon gets merchandise now. After 3 months of being part of my Patreon, you get something sent to you. As you go up, you get more merchandise, so it's awesome. If you guys want to check it out, I did leave the link in my description.
Can you get that piece out of his eye? He always finds a way to get hay and everything else crammed up his nose, all the way in his ears, all in his eyes, choking because it's stuck to the roof of his mouth.
So, you know, if anybody's interested in checking it out, wanting to support the channel, you can check out that on my Patreon link. Big updates. Nice. I do regular updates, sneak previews. There's going to be major perks, direct communication, direct lines, fan requests. There's a big one I'm missing. I'm trying to think of it. Oh yeah, and exclusive content that I don't put on here, like my animal processing videos are on there, and I've got other things planned that I'm thinking about putting on there. I'm honestly thinking about making one for the wife's fan clubs and including certain things specifically for you or from you. Use your imagination.
Oh, I don't have to. I already know. Vanessa said she liked watching me process that deer.
Those videos are
him process deer too.
Those videos are all saved up there on my Patreon, so it's like I finished the process and went through it all, most of it. I still got more things that I got to add to it, like all the skins processing. I've got them in storage. They're at a stage that they can sit at.
We'll have to go and check them soon. They've had a lot of back and forth.
They're in the barrel, covered in a bag. I know. The barrel is covered by a bag.
I know.
So it's fine. They're just cooking a little bit, which will keep them drier.
That's what I mean. No, he has not, because he's never been there.
I was going to say, definitely not.
He's never been out of this state.
Yeah.
Except to Washington.
And all the states I had to cross on the way through. Because that bus trip took forever. But no. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. I wouldn't do it standing in the river because that's a lot of contamination going into the river, and that's a lot of organ waste that I'm going to miss. And anything that I drop is going to end up getting washed away. So, no, I wouldn't do it in a river. Galena, Alaska, Alaska. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. Never been though.
I always wanted to live in Alaska.
Also, I've been wondering what kind of videos people want to be seeing coming out. What ideas you guys want me to do? Any challenges anybody might have?
Different group, tell them about your Patreon.
Huh?
Different group, tell them about your Patreon.
I literally just finished that.
Oh. Well, you were talking about that. So.
Well, I just finished the Patreon a minute ago. Remember I said, is there anything else I should mention? And I was talking about the perks and the benefits and everything.
I've just been going. It's been a lot. He's just trying to fill him in. Fill him in. It's a different group, so. Chuck moves twice sometimes. I just stared at him and jumped back in the river. Yeah. Sounds about right. Did you get it? Did you get it? There's such a weird. Ah.
See, I don't know. I'm one of those. Catching them fish. How's it going? I don't know, Kitty. When it comes down to it, like, I'm not trying to be one of those guys where I would have done it this way kind of person, but like, I don't know, my instinct would not have been to do the moose in the river. I would have, I don't know, probably got some logs. You said there were trees, not close, but there were trees, so there had to have been logs at least somewhat nearby. And then I would have used that to try to float it or pivot it over the rocks and stuff to get it close enough to the beach. At least close enough to be on the beach. That would have been my instinct. I would have fought with that for the longest time just to try to do that. Probably up until the point where I knew I was right at the edge to where I would have had to split it open to get the guts out. Just because I'm stubborn that way. Like, no lakes here. We're camping on some private property. It's some family land. It's the easier way to put it. But there are some good lakes, not that far. Oh, I mean, well, in that case, do what you gotta do. I would have fought with it forever. Like, I'm stubborn. That's me. I would have fought with it. I would have struggled. I would have fought with it. And then she would have just been like, baby, just give up and just do it. You're in the water anyway. Keep your knife clean. Just do it. And I would have fought with it forever.
Yeah, but then you would have realized that the water was your friend and helped out a lot.
I swear, sometimes he's out there just dancing.
Pretty much.
I'm hoping to get some fishing in soon. Tasha said that she wanted to take me fishing. My buddy Terrence said he was going to take me fishing.
Yeah, I definitely believe it. They give a lot of meat. I love moose. It's so yummy.
Oh, if neat. See, my eye read that the way it was supposed to be. My eye read 2,000 pounds of meat. And it wasn't until I saw your correction that I even noticed that it said if neat.
And there have been bigger moose, bigger than that. But yeah, that's a pretty decent moose. It's definitely nice, juicy size.
I'd love to go somewhere where I could moose hunt. We can't down here. It's illegal. Like, you can't even interact with them here.
I have, but no.
Well, you just admitted to a crime. Statute limitations on that probably like 3 years anyway, and that was probably like 10 years ago anyway.
Yep. It's been a long time.
He dances. Monster out there dances.
Laura, hi guys, smoking some homegrown myself. Let's go.
So come
Laura.
on up and we'll break bread, Laura.
Yeah.
Come and join the smoke circle.
You're gonna have to roll a couple more.
We're almost out. Like, completely. It's stems and shake. And I'm on my phone. So I can't ask if anybody has any that we can get from them. Because last I knew, they were looking. But they were waiting for money.
Oh, darn.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, that was probably the part I hated the most, was deboning the skull. Was taking the skin off the skull. That was the hardest part. So, I mean, does anybody have any? We got a couple more people in here. Does anybody have any questions for us about full-time camping or the cabin experience or what it was like full-time camping last year, or I think Laura might be privy to it. I don't know, but I know catching them fish. I don't think he was. They were around the other night. I do have a huge Patreon update. If you want to check out my link, ton of new tiers and benefits and merch included with all the tiers, and a lot of new merch added to my stores from my about page. Especially the bonfire. If you guys want to go check that out. I mean, we were in the cabin during the winter. Honestly, it wasn't much different than camping. And when we started here, there was a snowstorm. It was pretty cold, like 2-3 weeks while we were, right at the start. And then we had a snowstorm about 2 weeks in, dropped 10 inches on us. What's going on, Frontier? How's it going? How you been, Heath? Now, did you get the YouTube notification or the Instagram message? Or did you see it on Facebook? Curious. Because he would have got all of them. He's one that's actually connected everywhere.
Yeah.
So he would have gotten all of them, if anything.
He said do more.
Awesome.
No.
What, Brad?
Go on. You don't need to be the center of attention right now. You always try to be.
Yes, I do.
Go on. It's not fair to your brother. Go.
That's why you heard him over there talking, because he saw me talking to the camera. Sweet. Instagram and YouTube. And Kitty saw it on YouTube. Nice. I've just been kind of curious where people get their notifications from, because I finally got Instagram on this phone. I was able to clear enough space that I was able to get it on here and still have enough room to get at least decent amount of videos. So I've been going on to and catching them fishes on YouTube. Okay. So
Doggo needs attention. These dogs
he
get
always needs
all the attention.
He sleeps in the hammock with me, and I'll sit there and I'll pet him and love him all night. And then as soon as I wake up and he gets out, if I'm not out of the hammock immediately after he gets up, he looks at me like, hey, can I get back in?
They'll both get in the hammock with him. They'll both climb on the bed with me. Like, he'll whine when he's out there because he wants to come back in. But he's got more shade over there and more cool shade over there than he would here. And
Heath, we've had camp set up for almost 3 months now. We've been full-time camping since April 12th. I've had the camp's been set up almost the same way since. I've just made minor adjustments as I've been going. We have the tarp shelter set up because it's airier than the tent. And we just have our own ways of dealing with the bugs rather than having netting around. So, plus netting and dogs don't exactly work. But shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. I was getting my Instagram going to try to expand my reach and my social media presence. Trying to be more active on there, trying to be more active on Facebook and everything else. Because I'm trying to pull more people in, not just to my YouTube, but to be more included in the community, and obviously trying to funnel people towards my merch and my Patreon. So it's trying to get this going full time. I've been doing this for a year. The wife has been very patient with me and helping me out with this, but I need to start kicking it into gear and getting this to the point where I can start making an income from it, so that way I can keep doing this and not have to go and get a full-time job and everything else to help support us and get to where we need to be. I'm trying to use this to get to where we need to be. Same name, just
no, it's on my aunt's property.
Yeah, it's a family property, Heath. And it's the modern native with underscores in between the words. So it's the _ modern _ native. Oh, awesome, Vicky. Camp from camp.
Nice, nice.
Oh, that's what we should do. For the 4th, we should have a camp panel. Everybody who's at camp, out camping, should hang out on panel, and we should talk about our different camp setups and how we do camp. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, good.
Camping USA and Adventures panel. That'd be pretty good. Awesome. Thanks, Catching Them Fish. Yeah, I fell off there for a while, so if I didn't do anything for a while and stuff like that, and the here and there that I did you missed, YouTube would have stopped giving you notifications. So it's mainly my fault because of how bad I fell off. People lost the habit of watching my videos. But it's always nice to get out there, isn't it, Vicky? So here we go. Here's a nice comparison. Vicky, if you're interested in coming up on panel and talking, go ahead. So just let me know and I'll drop the link. But yeah, that's something I've been wanting to set up, Heath. Is I've been wanting to set up kind of stashes around and make it so that way if we're just driving around doing stuff and we're like, hey, let's go camping, we're just go to this spot and we'll go. That kind of thing.
Dogs are always with us anyway, so.
So it's like, well, when we can be driving around, when we can actually get transportation going. We're still working on that. An awesome kitty. But yeah, if you're interested, Vicky, and you want to come up, just let me know in the chat there, and I'll drop the link, and we can talk about what. Okay, so I was just curious, what you brought with you to go camping for the weekend versus what we plan for on full-time camping, just to kind of like have a comparison what people do to just add to the conversation, kind of thing.
Oh,
Nice.
make it into a nice camper. Yes, Laura, it is.
It is very much so. Sorry.
You're supposed to be in store today. You're still gonna have to.
Okay. I will after.
Anyway.
Natasha.
Just said, last time I camped, I stayed in a tent, really cool, like basic stuff. But,
It's awesome, Heath. And sorry, I answer in order.
I know.
So Vicky, what was your method this time? See, we don't even bring a radio.
Tabs.
It's just THC wax, for those who weren't here earlier.
It's the first time it's done that to me. And my eyes and my nose burn.
It might have been a little warm.
I think it's my ear infection too.
See, actually, man, actually camping.
Actually camping was when we first started last year.
No, I'm saying before you and I started camping, because we've camped every year.
Yeah.
No matter what, we've camped every year.
Yeah, I've camped every year before that. So
when we got together, we reconnected online and then met up and went camping. It's weed extract. It's wax. It's concentrated weed. So when we smoke it, and it's called a dab rig, it hits harder. So
it's called a rig, or some people call it a nectar collector.
This is like, I was gonna say this one's like a hybrid, because usually the piece that's on the end isn't in the rod like that. So yeah, but
and it is smoke technically.
Oh, yeah.
It's just concentrated weed. That's all it is.
Makes it faster, so we can take one hit instead of smoking a whole joint.
Which we kind of do both, but you know,
it's a nice balance. But we'll save that conversation for the 420 native, because when we re-up, I plan on doing that, is actually starting the 420 native. But yeah, dabs. Yeah, depending, but either which way. Before we got together, the last time I had camped was immediately before and after Washington. So 5 years. Because while I was there, I was homeless twice, but we stayed in the car, and we spent 3 months at camp there. But I mean, it was homeless camping. It wasn't camping. We were still at a campground, which is the weird fucking part. But no, yeah, it's just dabs.
I also have a cough. That's why mine sounds a lot harsher, because I'm all kinds of mucused up. I have like an upper respiratory infection, sinus infection, ear infection. It's all part of the allergies I have.
I don't know. My thought process is I can smoke dabs 4 or 5 times. At best, I can smoke weed 3. Now, that means I can roll something, have a roach, pack a bowl, and have resin. That kind of thing. So, but in the dabs, I can smoke the dabs, and then smoke the rosin, and then smoke the rosin, and then smoke the rosin. It'll keep going, like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So if times are tough and I clean out my piece regularly, I can have an entire puck of smoke to fall back on that I can still smoke 4 or 5 times. Helps me stay functional. And it's not like a dependency thing. It's simply the fact that anger management, for the most part, stress relief. Yeah, that's Laura, that's actually my other channel, the 420 Native. It's like the modern Native laid out the same way, but instead of modern, it's 420. And this may be the only video I actually reference that together. You can also make the dabs. You can make the dabs right out of the plant. 7 grams to a gram. Yeah, dabs is just squeezed, heated weed. And it's all the crystals and the keef melted down and squeezed out of it to make a wax or a rosin, depending. And depending on the consistency. And that's all dabs is. It's just concentrated plant. Every 7 grams of weed, you get about a gram of wax out of it, but the value and the potency go up. And if you're married to this bitch, if you don't want to have a murder charge, you need to smoke or be an alcoholic.
And he's not allowed to be an alcoholic, so I'd rather him just be a stoner. We have that in common. I mean, granted, we are drinking a little bit right now, but come on, it's the 4th of July weekend.
And
Our
also,
anniversary was yesterday.
Also, if you're in the middle of an argument and you got a doobie, you just light that shit and just shut up, bitch, and hit this. Argument usually ends.
Pretty much.
Because she can't argue while she's puffing, then you just puff real quick and give it back to her, and nobody's arguing. And by the time you're done, you forgot why you were arguing and you're both stoned, so you're okay.
Yeah, 100%. Right there.
There's your marriage counseling. Smoke a joint.
Vicky, I live in Cali. Yeah,
Nice. I lived in Washington. I was there for 5 years, and oh man, it was like right at the height of the beginning of the legalization when it was like people were going nuts with it.
Yes, Laura, it's a 420 native or modern native.
The 420 native.
Okay. And yeah, Frontier, we don't like to drink as much.
I like drinking occasionally. I don't like drinking that much, but I have to drink regularly to make sure I break up my kidney stones. So it's kind of, I maintain a balance.
Right now I'm drinking because I can swish it in my mouth and it makes my mouth feel less painful.
Yeah, we're both dealing with some oral infections for some reason. It was like it lined up at the same time. And
I do take care of my teeth. At least I try to. I mean, my teeth have been really messed up for a long time now. Since childhood, pretty much. And, you know, I had braces once that messed my teeth up more, so.
Were you saying the marriage counseling was a great philosophy? Shut up and smoke a joint?
He doesn't have any.
Damn.
Not unless she buys it. She don't have no money.
That's what I was saying. We're in the same situation, so we just got to ride out the next couple of days. We got wax. Yeah. No more doobies. No more doobie for you, Scooby.
No, fuck the rest of it probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
We do have some merchants.
Rick looks so dirty.
I know. My Rick looks so dirty.
That's supposed to be Rick from Rick and Morty, but man, he got dirty.
Which is my cat. What are you doing?
You know, it's one of those things, it's a design. Hey, paint me like one of your French girls.
The bet. The bet. The bet.
Hey, face.
He's been up Mom's butt today,
Mm-hmm.
so it's been a Monday.
Face.
Someone's extremely jealous over here. Like, I'm getting the most evil look right now.
I'm sorry that your lines can't cross, because you guys like to tangle up.
I mean, I could bring him in here for half a second. And just bring him out there. At least everyone can see he's doing good.
I posted pictures of them. I posted pictures of them from what I took yesterday.
Drop the link. The Fortune channel up and running?
It's got no videos, so it might be hard to find the link. But damn, I actually don't even know. All right, teacher, back up. Back up. Mom's getting fat head.
It's a thicky, thick head.
Watch the butt.
The butt. The butt. Out. Sit. Sit.
Where's mine?
Ow. Ouch. Ow. Ow.
That's
He just headbutted the side of my knee. No. Do not get in bed. No. And here's the big head. The one you guys haven't seen yet.
no, I've seen him. I've done shorts and videos.
Oh, I meant like
today. Quit licking my chest, you weirdo.
I don't know why he does it. Oh, kissy kissy faces.
Oh.
Oh.
Why do you always do that? You yawn and do that sound after. Yes, hi, big head. Yeah, we got our lovey boys. The real stars of the channel.
Yeah.
They have more fans than I do. Because I know. I know I do. I know they do. Creature alone has to have at least 500 fans. I know you do. Yeah.
And Monster's the cute big ones. Covered in hair now. This is what you get from 2 husky mixes. And he loves to give Dad a bath. He just loves it. It's so cute.
Are you done? And you always make it feel uneven.
You. Yeah. To you too. You saying hi? Say hi. Say hi.
Say hi to all the fans. Say the Monstars.
Step right in.
It's the Monstars.
The tongue. I'm gonna grab the tongue. Okay. Smell. Smell.
I wonder if I can make them click.
Oh, probably. Hey, ahead. Where you going?
Oh, he won't do that in here because that's rough play. Rough play's out there.
Yeah, no.
No, he won't do that.
This side.
I can mess with him and get him to
No.
try to chomp at my hand, but he's not really. He's just clicking at me.
Go ahead. Go on.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it already.
So all the way.
Come on, big butt, all the way. And pushes Dad practically off the edge. You think he had a sliver already?
You should just.
The butt.
The butt.
Go that way. The butt. The boot.
So, I mean, a question that wasn't asked, but that sort of answers. That's how we manage the dogs, is we have 2 running lines. We have one that comes through the tent and goes outside, and one that's out in between 2 trees just outside. And he's got coverage over there, just like he has coverage here. And Monster gets swapped in and out, or we switch them back and forth. But Monster likes his inside line and likes staying on the cot with Mom, and he likes his area out there. So far, we don't switch him back and forth that much because Monster gets mad when Creature goes to his area. So, you want to go outside? You want to go potty?
Yeah. So, I have to be careful because he'll always, choke me out. No matter where I'm sitting on the cot, he's going to choke me out. I'm sitting right here, he's going to choke me out.
Back up.
Back up. You can take the stick with you, you big butt. Or they like to eat sticks.
Go on.
We'll get them a treat and they'll still eat the stick.
Go on.
Come.
Treats, toys, ropes, bones. And what do they go for? Oh, look, Mo, I got a stick. I got a stick, Mo. That's why. So we have wood chips sitting in here because these were bigger sticks that they brought with them and decided to chew on, and now we have wood chips. Wife's having some mouth pain. So, like I said, if anybody has any questions, it's an ask me anything. Like, it doesn't have to just be about um, like this trip. It can be other trips. It can be anything, really. It's a ask me anything. It's the whole point of it. Oh yeah, do you see that, Laura? I train them with hand signals, and it's not like what most people think. The number of fingers I have up changes what I'm telling him to do. The hand motions I do is something different for each time. I don't even have to say anything most of the time. I do it just to stay in the habit, but I can do it without saying anything. I just look at him and I sit. What's that cow making? Sit and be super excited. One second. But yeah, they're super smart, and Monster is 5. Yeah, Creek. Guess what? I totally forgot. Guess whose birthday it is in like 2 days? Because I'm pretty sure your old mommy told me that you were born around July 4th. Laura says I still say you're lucky you didn't drown in that ice water.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't that bad.
Huh?
It wasn't that bad.
Well, it was. If that ice chunk caught me, it would have dragged me into that deeper spot that I was trying to avoid. But yeah, that was close. I knew what I was doing though. Honestly, I'm trying to think of other survival scenarios that I can create. I don't want to simulate. I want to create them, like with the Frozen Creek thing, where that was a legitimate risk. That was like actual danger there. It's why the camera couldn't be too close because where it was. And there was a legitimate risk to actual damage. So I want to think of other situations where I can do something like that and challenge myself. And actually, over the next couple of days would be a good time because you are off.
Yeah.
So
I'm off till Thursday.
you'd be here to be able to like switch out battery packs for me if it's like a 12-hour survival thing, and I got to set up something over there and do something, some survival challenge or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean, if anybody has any survival challenge ideas, hit me.
Can you give me my tea down there? Do you want to do something like pick cards or something?
I mean, yeah.
Cook, maybe?
Hmm?
We can cook, play cards. Get a bit of both. You have Uno, cards, Yahtzee.
I mean, if we're gonna peter this out in like the next 15 minutes, I can start cooking and then switch it to a cooking live.
Yeah.
Because the cooking one got fucked up last night.
Yeah, I did.
So I'll just pull the chicken out and I'll make the hamburgers.
Yeah, because I want cheeseburgers.
I figured. Cheeseburgers and corn on the cob.
And I want you to get the pan ready so we can do some deviled eggs. I at least want to boil the eggs so we can at least do deviled eggs tomorrow, if anything.
Okay.
And if you need that for chat, you can use it.
It's just the delay. It still works.
Oh, actually, mine hasn't had a delay since I've been right here.
No. I'm saying mine has a delay, but it still works. It's the only...
Yeah.
So, I mean, if anybody has any last questions or any thoughts or comments or survival challenge ideas like I was just talking about, going to be petering this out in the next 15 minutes or so. Trying to think of a code word.
Pull off my cord. Cord snacker. Sorry, y'all. What? There.
Damn. Any thoughts on a code word? You never helped me make one.
I had one, but it's kind of naughty, so not that one. Not that one. No. No.
You got any ideas?
Tell me.
And leave me alone.
Tell me. Speak. You got a horsefly surrounding your leg. Yeah.
Get him. He's a fly catcher, like crazy.
He is, yeah. Hear him chomping everywhere.
That's why I know he's not trying to get my hand when I'm messing with him and he's doing the clicky thing at me. Because I watch him snag flies. And flies are faster than my hand when I'm moving around. So he's just messing around like, I'm going to get you dead. I'm going to get you dead. That's adorable.
Isn't it? The boys.
See, Laura had experience with that. So there's only one problem with that video, especially coming from a dog owner. My response to a vicious dog attack is
what you do to make it vicious.
No. My what I'm saying, she's saying it's a video idea, how to survive a vicious dog attack, and that is a good idea. But I personally don't want to make that video, kind of because well, my solution to a vicious dog attack is to give it a target, and then make sure that that's the last target it can grab onto. I'm sorry, when it comes to my bodily harm and me versus an animal, I'm going to do what I need to do. If I have a knife on me, that's getting involved. I don't want to talk about that in a video specifically about that because I don't want people to look at me like I'm cruel. I'm a survivalist. When it comes down to it, my decision is it me or something else? Okay, me.
You just ate those berries.
It's not toxic to dogs.
I know, but I told him the other day to stop eating the berries. It gets him all stuck on his tongue.
That's probably why you throw up, because it will make your stomach upset, but it's not going to hurt you. You just be dumb. Then he smiles when I say you're just dumb. Yeah.
He's not. He's extremely smart. They both are. But I'm still stuck on the boys.
Like, Laura, that's a great idea. Like, that's something that should be covered, but like, my personal reaction to a vicious dog attack is not something that I want to have in the topic of subject for a video. It just, I'd be so hesitant doing it. No one would really appreciate the video anyway. Because while I'm talking, how I'm talking about it now is how I end up talking about it. I think, like, you know, I'll keep that on the back burner. If I figure out a way to do that, I'll share. I'll keep it on the back burner. Like, I'm not gonna just say no, because, like I said, I want to take everybody's ideas. But, and yeah, that's what I mean. Like, maybe I'll figure out a way to explain it in a way that doesn't sound as graphic or vicious. It's simply explaining how to survive that kind of situation.
You did it.
So, full-time camping. Ask me anything. There's a fly on your button there. I was going to snag it, but yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and that's why it's kind of a difficult video that we wouldn't be able to do.
Because I had a client who had an attack dog that I had to deal with, and I told her what I would do if that dog attacked me, and we had an understanding. I was very scared to have that conversation, but because that dog had already attacked people unprovoked, she understood that my position was valid, and she understood that she stood that risk, that if it came down to it, it was going to be me coming out of that fight. So, you know, having that understanding is what it was. But anyway, like, dogs. There we go. Code word dogs. Keep it simple. For my replay champions, everybody on the replay, if you've actually made it this far, definitely appreciate you. Thank you very much. Down in the comments section, put dogs in the comments underneath the replay to let me know that you made it all the way through, or at least this far. And I appreciate you, and I will be including, I'm still working the details out about what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something special for my replay champions, whether it's merch, giveaways, or a special video announcement or something. And that's only for those on the replay. So if I don't, the comments got to be 2 hours from now at the very least for me to believe that somebody was seeing it on the replay. Just saying. But anybody who has anything else that they want to share, ask, say, there's still a few more minutes. We're petering it out to close it up here to start a.
Yes.
Yeah, I have Instagram. I have you on Instagram, but I didn't get any message or nothing. And my Instagram is the same as my name, just underscores in between the words. Shit, what was I saying? So we'll be closing this out here in the next 5 minutes or so, and we'll be doing our lunch, dinner.
It's dinner.
Dinner. Burger cook on the fire and stuff with corn on the cob, and we'll be hanging out and chatting, continuing the kind of conversation thing going on. Just getting back into doing lives and stuff and getting it out there and hanging out with you guys. Definitely appreciate everybody hanging out, everybody chatting, talking, getting involved. Anybody who checks out my Patreon, my merch stores, or connects to us through Cash App to drop a donation, I definitely appreciate all of you. That's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. My links are in the description and in my About page. I definitely appreciate you guys and everybody who supports me. the more support I can get going and built up on those pages, the more I can do and get stuff going on, get more gear and equipment, do more extravagant videos, and spend more time doing that.
Yeah,
oh yes, that's
yeah, definitely.
Fire food is the best food. That's
I can't have it like really any other way now.
Yeah, we've been cooking on a fire or a fire surface for so long that if there's not a smoky flavor to our food, we're like, I don't know about this. It's yeah. Because even making pasta still gets that taste on it.
Yeah.
All of our pans have a bit of a char layer on it, so it's like it gets that seasoning. So yeah.
It definitely gets
that fire seasoned pan.
And we have our cast irons. They're definitely well seasoned.
I need a Dutch oven. Speaking of Dutch.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Because I'd make so much nice stuff if I took a nice Dutch oven, I'd drop it right in the middle of that and just built up a fire around it and let it just die on it.
Native is NATIVE.
Yeah, NAT.
There's no A after T.
Yeah, NATIVE. Oh yeah. You're punk. You're punk. You're punk. You're punk. You're punk. You gotta love that when you can flip off your dog and he gets personally offended.
It's actually kind of cute sometimes.
Okay. But you gotta love when you can. When I flip him off, he'll look at me and be like, "Daddy, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't flip me off, Daddy. Don't do that." And I'm just like, "Fuck you. You're punk." And the worst punishment I can give them is when I look at them and I'm like, I'm disappointed.
No.
See, he even snapped up and looked like, "What, Dad? You're good. You're fine. I wasn't actually talking to you." See, pouty face. "What, Dad? You're disappointed? Why?" Because you're just playing with Mom, and I say that. Clacking his jaw. See, he does the chatter. When I do it to Monster, he's got so much lip fat that it just...
Will you stop? I'm trying to unwrap you, not rewrap you. You're being a weirdo. Fine, fine. Keep the wrapping then. You big butt.
Oh, I love these dogs. I love these boys.
Hey, look what you did.
Ooh, ooh.
Whoa there, spawn of Satan. He does this psycho, spinny thing. Well, I guess I started something.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Yeah, little asshole. He got too excited. Yeah. He didn't fix the line before he went, but it's all right. Yeah. He's missing it.
No, he's not.
Mostly.
No, he pee through it.
Yeah, it happens. I don't know what it is with these two.
And they pulled that line, both of our lines, like so
far that they can get to each other now. But it's fine. They're not they don't tangle up when they're at that distance, so it's fine. But these freaking boys, they have like a mechanism. When they get too excited, they have to go to the bathroom. And when she's coming home from work, Monster will be on his line because I'll put him out there. And the second he hears her, he goes, "Oh, it's Mom." And he jumps up, runs back and forth twice, and then he stops and pees. Like, no matter how many times he's had to go, he just, out of nowhere, stops and pees.
He could have gone like 5 minutes before that, and he had to go again because Mom was home.
Creature's the same way. He'll get zoomy, poop. Zoomy. But
which is exactly what just happened.
yeah, and then he'll just randomly stop out of nowhere. But anyway, I wanna say thank you to everybody, and I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sticking around. Definitely check out my links. Check out my information.
Give it.
Oh no, I got you, Laura. I definitely understand. Like I said, that was a good subject to think about covering. And my boys like to play rough, but they don't actually play rough.
And my oldest is just very mouthy.
Well, they play rough, but they don't get rough. But it's whatever. But nice catch. Love that. But I will consider covering that, Laura. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna close this out now, and I'll be starting up the cooking live in a minute. I want to say thank you to everybody. Appreciate you. Yeah. Till next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.